we're here today with the Cellar Dwellers Podcast, and I didn't inform them when I originally reached out over the DM. I placed via Instagram, but basically you're here because we're auditioning you to be Randy's first friends in Atlanta. As Randy's decided he's going to bail on us.
Yep.
Well, yes, fuck Randy. But we
fuck Randy.
Great start.
We still want to know who's adopting him over there. And honestly, after listening to your podcast, I really think you're the best qualified.
Oh, hell yeah.
That is such an honor.
Yeah, truly.
From fellow dwellers, you might say.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if we're really dwellers. Originally, Oksana, who's now off camera, pitched that I should send them Charlotte's Net for an episode, but honestly, I don't think y'all would watch it. Now,
don't watch it.
Now,
you were nice boys.
No, like their first episode was Visitor Q.
Okay, that's one thing. This is real footage of death.
Yeah, they don't even know what it is, I'm sure.
No, this is news to us.
Yeah. No, not familiar.
Have y'all covered Cannibal Holocaust?
No, but we've both seen it.
Yes, we've seen it, but we have not done an episode yet.
We have like the heavy hitters that we are planning on covering that we just haven't gotten to yet because we've both seen them so many times.
The heavy hitters, yeah. Serbian film, all that stuff that we've seen, but we have our 50th episode coming up. Maybe we'll do it.
Yeah,
for a special occasion. We want to save it for something good.
So how do you feel about Cannibal Holocaust?
I personally enjoy it. I think it's a pretty well-made movie. I find the animal stuff pretty fucking hard to watch, but sorry, can I swear?
Yeah.
We were talking about masturbation, so I find the animal stuff difficult, but outside of that, I find it to just be a pretty gnarly exploitation movie.
Christian has said many times that he's actually way more a fan of Green Inferno.
Oh, fuck off, dude. We as a podcast are not fans of Eli Roth.
We're beefing with Eli Roth.
He doesn't know us and we don't know him, but we don't like his shit
yet.
I mean, that's fair. I feel like Hostel came out, I think, when I was a senior in high school or a freshman in college, right around that time. And, a very impressionable age, at least for me, and I feel like I enjoyed the first Hostel for what it was. Outside of that, there's not really a whole lot that he's given me.
Green Inferno, I feel weird about it because
I did not like Green Inferno.
The thing is, I got to watch it in a mall theater and people walked out. And I thought
I saw it with you.
I thought that was amazing though. Like we're watching this, it's a subpar cannibal film, but the thing that really made me
with a diarrhea scene.
Dude. Yeah, exactly. But the thing that made me mad was the CG ant. Those ants.
Oh shit,
dude, that was the worst part of the movie by far.
That's fair.
Yeah, the whole eco protest thing was whatever. The terrible ending with the guy who got away. Yeah, you don't remember any of it, do you?
I feel like there was a couple of cool deaths. Oh, I remember the fat kid.
Mm.
I was okay with that.
Yeah, he gets butchered right away.
Yeah, I was okay.
And they set the bar really high and then never come back to it.
Yeah, ending was shit.
Yeah. And anyway, the reason I brought up Cannibal Holocaust.
Tone issues.
Also, first off, the reason I like your show is because you haven't covered Cannibal Holocaust. I feel like that's kind of entry bar, kind of hack.
Exactly. That's why we haven't hit that stuff yet.
No, everything you've covered, I believe we went out to a brewery so Randy's in the East Bay. We're over here in San Francisco, and we never hang out with him. And because he's moving, we're we should probably hang out with him.
Okay, that's not true. We used to hang out with Randy all the time, but Randy would always come over here, so we would always have the home field advantage.
I don't know. I like to smother my friends. Randy
confirmed.
He avoids that.
I'm also not a good host. I like having a way out from social situations, so I like going to other people's places.
I side with Randy.
That is true. He's the one that taught me what an Irish goodbye was.
Oh, hell yeah.
Once I discovered what an Irish goodbye was, it was game over for every social interaction from now until I die, I think.
I think this, so far, excellent matchmaking we're doing right now.
All right. So we were at a brewery, And we were sitting down, and Randy brought up he had looked for a horror podcast based in Atlanta. And the first thing he told me was, yeah, the newest episode they did was on Trash Humpers.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, no way.
Which I saw with you at the Alamo, I believe.
Yeah. Now, here's the thing.
I've never seen
Trash Humpers. Now, we me, Clark, and Oksana was off camera. We all co-founded a found footage, exclusively found footage in-world camera POV film fest. So movies like Trash Humpers, I feel like it's our job to like elevate that type of film.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, the fact that y'all even covered it was great. Then I heard the episode and you're both kind of lukewarm. Although if you're looking to get rid of that DVD, I will totally.
No, it's a collector's for me. Totally.
Christian is a big
I'm a genuine Harmony Korine fan.
Yeah, I saw you all did Gummo earlier.
Yeah.
Too.
That was an early episode, and Christian is more admittedly a fan of Harmony Korine, and I am admittedly not.
It was a blind spot for him. It was actually the first Harmony Korine outside of Spring Breakers he had seen.
Yes, and so Gummo was an experience, and Trash Humpers was a worse experience.
He did not enjoy
now, here's
Trash Humpers at all.
Now, Christian, as a fan of Harmony Korine, how do we feel about the Beach Bum?
It's honestly my least favorite of his stuff.
That.
And it's, I don't know, I'm fine with it being aimless and a little sweeter, I guess. But I don't know. I thought it was tonally a mess. And the CG was terrible.
Yeah. It was Harmony Korine doing an Adam Sandler comedy.
Yeah, it was fucking weird. Which on paper, I would be all about.
Yeah.
Like, sounds great, please. And Matthew McConaughey was fine. Like, I thought he was great being high out of his mind for an hour. Yeah, like he was wonderful. Martin Lawrence was interesting to see him again. It's kind of sad.
Dolphins, man.
Yeah. Right. That's Beach Bum is not my favorite.
When you described it as a Adam Sandler comedy, I'm more inclined to want to watch that now. I think
you may actually enjoy the Beach Bum.
Yeah,
more than I did.
I love the idea of the Beach Bum, and then I enjoyed the execution as well, because it's, you give a guy who his whole, like one time I believe he did an interview with Mark Maron, and Mark Maron asked him about, he said, your movies don't have a whole lot of plot, do they? And he said, yeah, I don't like that word plot. You know who had a plot? Hitler had a plot. So, that's his whole sort of, MO. And like the fact that, now he's in the studio system with Spring Breakers, which, I mean, I love Spring Breakers. Russ, I know you love Spring Breakers as well. And then,
I was a big fan as well.
And, I just feel like it's a crazy thing that this is happening. And like he did what I think he wanted to do, or even if he didn't, it came across as if he did, because the whole movie's sort of a middle finger to the whole system. So
truly, it's definitely a Harmony Korine movie. Like when you're watching it, it doesn't feel like studio interference. I just feel like he may have gotten a little too much money.
Maybe it. Yeah, because he just was blowing up ships by the end. Literally set money on fire.
Yeah, and I'm glad that y'all can talk about that, like pivoting out of Trash Humpers, which is like the antithesis of like everything about that film.
Right.
Yeah, 100%.
I also hated Beach Bum. I don't know. I've listened to it. I've listened to a lot of your show, and I think I align with Christian more on most things. But I think Colby's going to be in line with Randy. So I don't know. It works. What the hell was I talking about? So the film fest, the movie Charlotte's Net that I've been with is, imagine if, you guys know film. Okay. You know how Cannibal Holocaust is kind of it's kind of a warning against the Mondo films that were coming out, and like the kind of like propagating exploitation films by making a lot of money off of making. So imagine, literally Charlotte's Net is an Australian dude made a movie that is a equivalent in like theme, except instead of real animal violence, it's real human violence. He just pulled all the videos from like cartel murders and Middle East beheadings. And yet we talked to him. James Dobbin Jones is a weirdo, and I love him, but the film is I don't know. I watched it with Oksana the first time, and it I was laying in bed thinking about why did I buy a shirt to celebrate pieces after watching the film, but it didn't affect her. And then the dude that does all our cinematography, Jasadi, he came over and he's like, dude, I've seen all these videos already. So it's kind of, there's a spectrum out there. I feel like y'all would just be like, I don't want to watch it.
I didn't watch it. I'm good.
I'm leaning that way. That falls into close to the what we call the evil film territory.
Okay.
Like I have no interest in stuff like the August Underground films. Like it's just snuff. I don't see the personal enjoyment. Would not.
All right. Now
it wouldn't do anything for me.
Let me come to bat for August Underground.
Yes, finally.
I've heard people come to bat for the director as like being a genuinely like decent, good filmmaker and whatnot.
Well, he's a dude. I know you're a big fan of Lars Von Trier.
Yeah.
And Lars Von Trier, he always talks about like therapy is getting his demons out on film. Mm-hmm. And August Underground, it's an amateur's approach to the same idea where it's harder to argue because he literally is like simulating rape with his grandma in one of the movies. Mm-hmm. And they're kind of they're not as artistically profound as anything Lars Von Trier's done. But if you want to make an argument for like found footage, if you're going to go to Goodwill and buy a tape that wasn't vetted and it was like a found footage horror film, it's going to be that.
Oh, of course.
Trash Humpers would have to be made by an artist. Like, I don't know, August Underground, watch 1. 2 and 3 are, they turn into holiday movies, and you can tell that he got a lot of critiques about being a misogynist. So then it turns into like a Bonnie and Clyde thing. Yeah. And he's got a girl.
Weird.
And you're just like, I'm not buying it. Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
I mean, eventually we will run out of movies on our list, so we will have to get to the ones that we don't want to watch.
That's just always my example because that's one of the first ones that I ever came across that I like really pumped the brakes on. Like when I like saw like some clips, I was like, I don't know.
There's another one that you always like to mention when we talk about
Slaughtered Vomit Dolls.
That's the one.
I also have that. I have the box set. Now,
it's Regorgitated Sacrifice, Slaughtered Vomit Dolls, and I can't remember the other one.
Now we had Stephen Byro on the show. The guy, he's behind Unearthed Films.
Oh, hell yeah. Cool. Yeah,
I know you all watched like Untold Story.
Yeah.
He recently put that out. Now,
I bought that edition.
Dude, it's a great edition.
Oh, it's so great. Yeah.
I love Untold Story.
Dude, it's great.
Oh, it's so awesome. Yeah, we enjoyed it quite a bit.
Because of the Untold Story, I bought a Chinese cleaver for this house.
Hell yeah.
It's great for cutting vegetables. It's wonderful.
It's true. I woke up today and he was chopping a potato with it. It's great.
Do you ever feel tempted to cut up human meat and serve it in regular food?
Only when Russell pisses me off, but outside of that.
Fair enough.
There we go.
I don't think you got a legit one, though. Did you get that off of Amazon or something?
You can. Let me tell you something. Bezos knows what's up. You get quality cutlery on Amazon. Right. Yes, I did go towards the cheaper end. It's a reasonable Chinese cleaver, but it's good.
Is that the brand? Reasonable Chinese cleaver?
What the hell? Why were we talking about? Why did I pivot into
Unearthed Films?
Unearthed, yeah.
Fred Vogel.
You would say we had Stephen Byro on, and you were explaining who Stephen.
Lucifer Valentine 666.
Oh, that's why. Yeah. So you know the name of all the movies. I don't even know that. Me and Oksana, maybe she'll sit there and she'll watch anything with me. And we traveled through those 3 films, which I can't really defend. I will tell you, it is great that the Soska twins are in the second movie.
Are they?
They don't like it when people bring that shit up. Like if you ever go and see them at a convention and you want them to sign it, you will get escorted away.
But that also makes like the most sense that they would have been in that movie.
Oh yeah. It's wow. It's street cred. I don't know why they wouldn't like live that up.
Interesting.
But I'll tell you, they're in a scene. I don't think they do. Do they do any nudity? Do they?
I don't remember, but I thought don't they like make out or something?
I think they might make out with each other. I'm not sure.
Twins?
Yeah, they're twinning. But the only thing I remember is that there's another girl with them. who is like, she's the naked one. And the two of them are kind of like beating her, like BDSM kind of. But one of them hits her with a rotary phone. Nice. And I've talked about this on the podcast before. That needs to be a GIF. It is the most hilarious thing. And it's really the only thing I can recommend about that whole trilogy. Except
wow.
Well, I mean, it's all the same shit. You can tell people got hired. They're brought into a hotel room and then they like puke on each other.
Yeah. That's it. I know Colby's less familiar with this.
Yeah, this is more Christian's side of the spectrum.
Yeah. I went to New York when I was like a senior in high school, and it was when Kim's Video was still around, which had like a ton of underground stuff. And I went to their horror section and asked like, what's the crazy stuff? And they showed me that slaughtered vomit doll thing. And I was like, all right,
you just said, no thanks.
This is a whole nother realm. So like from then on, I've just known like anything that I'm told is extreme, there's something more because of slaughtered vomit dolls.
No, I mean, that's a legit, like if I went to a video store and they brought me there, I mean, Kim sounds like a name I would know if I was on the East Coast. Randy, do you know that name?
Kim's Video?
Yeah.
I've heard of the store. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it was a one-off in New York. They sold records and movies.
Is
Randy,
it closed
what
now?
about,
yeah,
what
it's
about
long
Benny's
closed.
Video?
I've also seen that.
Okay, good. Thanks for. I just wanted to see you were still with us. Step it up,
here.
Randy. This is audition time. Okay.
I've maybe heard of about two of the things you've talked about in the last 10 minutes.
All right. Well,
I'm into Benny's Video as well, so we're good. I love Haneke.
Yeah, Haneke's great.
Oh man,
Randy. Now, what episodes of theirs have you heard?
Just everything since Trash Humpers. I haven't dug into the back catalog yet.
Well, I did dig into the back catalog.
Here we go.
And I was prepared because I wanted to do this bit where I was going to show up and I'm like, y'all turned me on to the best movie ever. It's called The Blackout Experiment.
Oh boy.
We were making fun of that prior to getting on this.
Oh, I hope we didn't like remind you of the terrible film.
No.
Okay.
No.
No. So, I went on Tubi, which, I love. They are huge fans of Tubi, which Tubi, they're in our city.
Right.
They don't want to talk to us either.
I will say this. I was harsh on Tubi at the beginning because of the commercials, but I'll tell you this. I think there are less commercials on Tubi than there are with Hulu.
Yep.
Hulu's becoming like exhausting with the commercials.
Agreed.
Paying for Hulu and get more commercials than Tubi.
Yeah.
I will say I did watch I Saw the Devil on Tubi, and there were like 15 ads, and it drove me insane. It made that movie like 3.5 hours long.
Whoa, that would be terrible.
Yeah. And that movie's like all about the flow.
Yeah. But you don't own I Saw the Devil?
No, I own it, but I was being lazy because I was like, Tubi's probably going to only have like 4 or 5 ads. No, it was like 15 because that movie's already long.
I was going to say, with the collection you have, I have like a couple of them. Yeah, but, dude,
I don't have the Blu-ray yet, though.
I don't think I do either. Yeah, dude, I jumped into Blackout Experiment and I was like, watch, I'm going to come to the table and I'm going to repackage the film as like a faux documentary, which you guys mentioned. You thought it was like kind of like staged. Dude, I couldn't get through it. And now they know I don't turn off movies.
No.
But last night, dude, it's been such a busy week.
There's only one movie I know that you turned off.
What? Which one?
Velvet Buzzsaw.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, shit.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't watched that. Yeah.
Okay. Don't watch it. Dude, it's fucking terrible.
I've heard it's bad, but damn.
Hey, Randy, did you like that?
I finished it, but I didn't care for it. No.
Okay, good.
Now, I will say that the culmination of the film, the peak of the third act, is there is a tattoo of a buzzsaw that comes to life and actually decapitates a person.
That's art.
That's really all you have to look forward to in the film. It's a mess.
I didn't make it that far.
Yeah,
but dude, the Blackout Experiment, so there's one other person that started the film fest with us. I think she's done the Blackout. I think she went and did it.
Wow.
The alcohol?
Wait, what? No. Oksana,
No.
So when I put on the documentary the first time, Oksana went, "Is this a documentary about blacking out drunk?" I kind of wish it was.
It would have been more interesting.
Yeah.
Dude, you guys nailed it though. In your episode, you talk about how you were annoyed that the like 3 dot thing wasn't actually a tattoo. Dude, what?
What's the point?
It's a total cop out.
Yeah.
Why would they be screaming? That wouldn't hurt them.
Yeah. I
It's a marker.
So I've been debating on watching this movie for a while, so I'm glad I've got some canaries in the coal mine here. Because I was debating on watching this for a while.
It's a bunch of nerds that get horny for being yelled at.
All right, that's close to home. Continue.
No, it's the thing that makes
We're all raised different ways, man. No judgment here.
I mean, we all have like a rotten palate when it comes to film, but the thing that's terrible about here, even given it's a faux dog, like I came in thinking like, oh, they faked this shit. The thing is they faked it in kind of like a malicious way. Like, so Blackout, it's a haunt. It's an extreme haunt. So you show up and then you have to sign a waiver and then they drag you into you're completely blacked out and they strip you down and whatever, Yeah. And at one point a dude comes in with the tattoo gun. And it's on, and they hold somebody down. They're doing it, and then later, it cuts to talking head shit, and they're like,
David Byrne.
I was tired. Yeah, he was there.
Thank you.
And 3 dots, one on their neck, one on their head, and it's like, oh fuck, they tattooed. Like the first one's on the neck, and you're like, I could do that, whatever. Like I could live with the 3 dot tattoo.
Yeah.
The other one was on his forehead, and you're like, that I'd probably talk to a lawyer. And then the dude's like, oh, it's a permanent marker. And you're like, why were they holding a tattoo gun? And why were they screaming like they were being tattooed? It's a lie. Man, I really wanted to come in and be like,
bunch of shit.
Y'all were wrong.
Yeah. that was such a weird one that we were searching through Tubi one night and we're like, I think this is going to be a fun watch.
Yeah, I'd heard of it. Yeah, I'd heard of it. I knew vaguely about the haunt existing, and I was like, oh, I think this is kind of related to that, but I also thought it was going to be, I don't know, something real a little bit more. And nah.
How far did you make it into it?
Oh shit, Oksana, how far did we make it?
I think it was like 40 minutes.
That's a decent amount.
What's the runtime?
I can't remember.
About 9?
It's not very
it's too long.
It's an hour and 18 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
No, the thing is,
that's so short. It felt like 4 hours.
Dude, it's boring.
Yeah.
The subjects are boring. The documentary itself, like filming the haunt, kind of ruins the haunt.
Yeah.
Like you could get the idea of how it would be terrifying, except what you're watching is anything but terrifying. It looks kind of boring, and you get to see the dudes with their masks off, and you're like, they're not scary. And yeah, it's just it's dumb. So
before that, when you said rotten palate, it made me think of rotten fruit. It goes back to Eli Roth. Oh, so I need to make a correction. I do like Cabin Fever, for the record. I forgot about Cabin Fever. I like Cabin Fever. Past that, he can go fuck himself. Now we're done.
Do you like him acting?
I don't know. He has very aggressive.
He's serviceable in Inglourious Bastards. Gets the job done.
The Bear Jew. It's fun.
Would have been better if it was Adam Sandler.
100%.
Iconic.
As the Water Boy.
As Baba Boucher.
That's range right there.
That's what we need.
Whoa. What if you replaced Adam Sandler in all his films with Eli Roth?
Uncut Gems with Eli Roth.
Oh man,
Billy Madison with Eli Roth, like fucking.
Oh no, the September 11th movie with Eli Roth.
Oh Jesus, Rain Over Me.
Oh yeah.
Wait, have
Spanglish.
Spanglish.
I think Christian has seen Rain Over Me. Have you?
Yeah, I owned that one in high school. Yeah.
Really?
That was part of my like indie, like, I'll watch anything by like Fox Searchlight or like Sony Pictures Classic.
Damn. Yeah. I watched it because I liked the cover song that Pearl Jam did.
Oh. Was that?
I think it was The Who originally.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or maybe just Pete Townsend solo. Well, I think
something like that.
That's a good reason to watch a whole movie.
That's sort of how I live my life. Honestly, like most of the music in my library is pulled from films.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
Nice.
I've always sort of gravitated towards that. So like the day I figured out that Shazam existed, like I didn't know how to contain my excitement.
Beautiful.
Like I needed this my entire life.
That was a game changer for sure.
Oh man, Shazam! Like we used it last night.
Yeah.
Oh, do you want to tell them what we watched last night?
Go ahead.
All right. Well, how much do I want to say? Do we want to spill the beans on everything?
Here's the thing. I know you're worried about. We had a guest on the show prior. Did you guys see? Oh, what the fuck was it called? The Sharon Tate murder.
The murders of Sharon. Okay.
The one with Hillary Duff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw parts of it. I don't think I finished it.
I did not see any of it.
You're good. Okay.
I had it on.
We had that director on our show. Now, we had that director on our show. Sometimes, most of the time, we actually go and, we try to get the guest ourselves, like through their personal email. But then sometimes we have to go through, talent agents and representatives and things like that. And then sometimes those agencies reach out to us for interviews concerning people. And, this was one of those cases where we get screeners and we go through the booking that way. And this was a case of that. It was for an Amityville movie. What was it called? What was his Amityville movie?
Yeah,
Amityville Poltergeist.
The Amityville.
No, we did have Amityville Poltergeist on, but he's completely different.
Oh,
We've had several.
Y'all tuned us on to that, so we watched. We haven't watched it yet, but we looked into the trailer and whatnot of that.
Oh man.
The Amityville murders.
Yes, the Amityville murders, and Daniel Farrens is the director. So we had a double interview that day. We first had Darren Lynn Bousman from the Saw franchise, and then we had Daniel Farrens, and
Bousman could not give a fuck, and
Bousman
he
was
came
great.
on and he just was like off the cuff. It was great.
I kept wanting
Damn.
to talk about Jigsaw's penis, and it made him uncomfortable, and that's a win for me.
did he answer any of your questions?
He did. He was like, it was a fake dick. I was like, okay.
Oh, okay. Word.
That's all I need to know. 22-year-old Clark was needed to know that because I've been sitting on that for almost a decade. So I really needed to know. But we had Daniel Farrens on, and he's sort of got a shtick. Now, Russell, you knew him from his documentary work, right? He did documentaries on like Friday the 13th and all that stuff.
Yeah, he did Never Sleep Again, which was pretty.
Oh shit!
Yeah, and he did.
I'm a huge fan. Yeah, of
Right?
that.
Well, dude, his career after that was like almost like made for TV films, but using real footage of real murders. Yeah, like so he did the
Yeah, go through the catalog.
yeah, he did The Haunting of Sharon Tate, which there's
Yeah.
a lot of like real of footage of like the crime and when the police showed up and it's mixed with like kind of like a way lesser version of what Tarantino did in
Oh yeah.
last film. And then he went on to do the murder of Nicole Brown Simpson,
Which you call Jessica Simpson.
which I
last night.
always I always think it's Jessica. I'm sorry.
It's Ashley.
The wrong Simpson died.
We wish it was that.
The wrong Simpson died.
And then yeah, dude, so now he did Ted Bundy.
Fuck.
Yeah.
I'm sensing a theme.
Wait, and he directed that like awesome 4.5 hour Never Sleep Again. Nightmare on Elm.
Dude, yeah,
Shoot.
he did Scream too. He did The Inside Story, and then he did the Crystal Lake Massacre Revisited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which was like 6 hours and also awesome.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know
Do you know what he's doing next?
what.
God.
Here we go.
Aileen Wuornos, American Boogeywoman.
Eileen.
Oh,
Yeah, that's a monster.
American Boogeywoman? I think I'm in just from that.
Very different movie.
that sounds like Lenny Kravitz's comeback album.
Dude, that's the name of the new Foo Fighters album.
Yeah, you're right. I
So
think.
the reason, so that's sort of a partner thing because apparently he's starting this series because the movie we watched last night, which was a Fathom event through Cinemark, meaning
God.
one night only,
Oh,
and it was Ted Bundy, American Boogeyman. So I guess he's going into the Boogeywoman, which is a very common phrase we all use on the daily. Look at the Boogeywoman.
My mother was a boogie woman.
You know, they're out there.
Dude, Ted Bundy was a trip too, because in the beginning, it opens up with the big like who the hell's the One Tree Hill fool?
Chad Michael Murray.
oh, the dream.
Wait,
Wait, is
Ted
he
Bundy.
Bundy?
He's Bundy.
Yes.
And in the beginning of the film,
I'm sold.
he does this like, I'm a regular person. I'm at home. I'm filming on my phone. And he's just talking about how this film does not glorify Ted Bundy. He's terrible. We hate him. He's a criminal. He's a monster. We hate Ted Bundy. And then the movie is just like, imagine how broad that true crime story is. There's so much I didn't know about it.
Yeah.
And if you're going into this movie looking to learn, you're not.
No.
Because it's literally just glorifying him. It's just him jumping from murder to murder, and it ends with the climactic sorority house murder spree, and then cut to, oh yeah, and then he died. The end.
Yeah.
Wow. Hell yeah.
What's up with Bundy? Like getting all
There's
these
a lot of
movies
research
in the last few years.
Well, I think it's just this whole like, true crime fascination we're into now. Like it's, I think like true crime, it's always trending number one on podcasts. That's all Netflix is doing now.
True.
Netflix is all like, curated for, docu-series. And, it's frustrating because I feel like a lot of these things could be done. You could do a lot of these in 90 minutes. You can do a lot of these in 2 hours and not stretch it out to 6 or 7 episodes. Like that one, Don't F with Cats. I feel like they stretch that way out. They stretch out a ton of stuff. And it's because everything, they're trying to make everything bingey, You
get a lot of filler.
Yeah,
sure.
Totally. Oh my God, I never finished it. The Stairs.
Oh yeah.
That one was like
the
14
staircase?
hours for no reason.
So I was a huge fan of the original Staircase because I like the escalator. The one on Sunday. I mean, clearly not a fan of staircases. And the original Sundance one is great, and the Netflix one, yeah. Now I watched the whole thing just because I was invested, and like I rented the first one all through disc at Blockbuster.
Oh God!
Right when Blockbuster was on the way out. This was 2010.
Sweet spot.
You kept that one alive.
Yeah, because I actually worked at a video rental store. I worked at a movie gallery. You guys probably had those in Atlanta, right?
Yeah, I'm familiar with Movie Gallery.
Yeah, Movie Gallery was
Hollywood Video Movie Gallery.
Hollywood Video. So, that was I managed the movie gallery before liquidation. So fun stuff.
Wait, we have to get back to like we should probably start doing our interrogation of these two. So we'll start. Wait, now are you both from originally Atlanta?
I mean, technically no, but I've lived here for over 10 years at this point, so I say I'm from here.
I'm pretty much an Atlanta native. Like I grew up in the suburbs around the city, and then I've lived in like the perimeter for the last 10 years or so. So I think I've converted myself into a city boy finally.
All right. Now, when I was trying to pump up Clark for this interview, I pulled something from one of your podcasts, and I was very happy to tell him that you all grew up with conservative parents that you've self-diagnosed yourself as rebelling against, which is a common theme that Clark has.
Yeah, I just started smoking at age 34. Took some time. It's a slow burn. It's a slow burn.
And y'all come from religion too?
Mm-hmm.
My dad was a Baptist preacher for 30 years.
Oh.
My dad thought he was a preacher. So it's close. My brother-in-law is a preacher. I'm originally from Mississippi. So
okay.
I've lived in the Bay Area for the past 10 years as well. So.
Yeah, you might say the way we were raised kind of, you might say it pushed us into the films that we like in certain ways. And so that was honestly a big part of our reasoning and kind of starting the podcast. Like the big idea was essentially how like films that our parents would be pissed at us for watching. Like that was kind of the idea of what we started with. And then we've just kind of progressed from there. But
well, we also were like the only ones that knew each other in college that would like watch this shit together.
Actively seek it out.
Yeah. Like I had like sparse other friends that are genuinely interested. Like you may not love all the stuff I show you, but you'll eagerly watch it.
And there is and you guys definitely know this, but there is a certain bond that you feel with somebody when you've seen certain stuff on screen.
Oh, yeah.
And so that was kind of how we bonded in college. We met in film school and slowly but surely watched a bunch of messed up movies together. And then we're like, hey, let's start talking about this. We probably should talk about this, actually.
Yeah. And to circle back to the religion thing, like that's honestly how Von Trier got on my radar is like, oh, Antichrist. My parents are going to fucking hate that.
So
I'll
like,
buy that Criterion.
What was there like a movie that sort of set you on this path? Like what kickstarted this?
For me, it was Clockwork Orange.
Okay.
Like that really upset me the first time I saw it, but then I couldn't stop thinking about it. And then I watched it again and I was like, this is really bothering me, but I'm somehow drawn to this. I kind of want to figure it out. And then since then, I've just liked more kind of stuff that made me uncomfortable.
Stuff that made you feel icky.
Yeah, made me kind of question myself or think deeper.
My kind of introduction to it, I was a little late coming to horror movies, and so it took me a couple additional years to really get into the more disturbing stuff. But my first one was Martyrs, French movie from the early 2000s, and it was one that was like Christian said, just made you uncomfortable while watching. But I was like fascinated by it. Like I was invested, which felt weird in a movie like that. And so from that point on, that's when you kind of are in that mode of seeking it out, like seeing what your limits are, what you can handle. And then when you meet somebody who's in that same process, like we did with Christian and I, you just kind of want to talk about it more because that there's a bond there in that way.
And you're going to be shown more shit that you haven't seen before.
That too.
Yeah. With me, it was J&K horror stuff.
Oh yeah.
Early college. And it was probably Three Extremes was really probably the first one, that anthology film, and Dumplings was a part of that.
Yeah.
And then Takashi Miike had one.
Imprint. Oh no, that's Smashers of Horror.
Yeah. And then what was the other one? It was
Park Chan-wook, right?
Yes. Wire with the piano wires. Yeah, man. Three Extremes was great. And yeah, that really kickstarted me.
I haven't seen the feature-length version of Dumplings. I've only seen the Three Extremes version.
Nor have I, because I feel just out of like nostalgic purpose, I just feel like, I don't know, I don't want to ruin my,
It's a really good short.
It's really good.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, I don't like, that's why the whole feature of it just sort of, I don't know, maybe it's its own thing. And
True.
I hope that it would be, but yeah, for those reasons, I didn't go into it. But Russ,
Cool.
What sort of kickstarted you with your whole horror fascination?
With horror in general?
Oh yeah.
I think,
Or the gnarly
no,
stuff.
I remember, the gnarly, okay. I used to, believe it or not, I used to be kind of like a shy jock in high school. So I loved playing
You never
sports.
played organized sports in your life.
I never did because
Thank you so
that's
much.
why I said shy. I didn't want to be a part of a team, but I would do pickup.
Then you don't play sports. It's all about teamwork,
I know.
baby.
Clark was a very serious mascot in Mississippi, so he gets mad whenever I talk about it.
Goddamn right.
Do you want to tell him what you were?
Nope. We're
Okay.
good.
He was one of those great Southern generals, I think. But
yeah, our high school mascot was a Confederate general.
Shit.
We were the colonels.
What can you do?
Well, I mean, it literally was the University of Mississippi's old mascot because they're the rebels. And so it had a Confederate flag on the hat. And then I go to cheerleading camp at the University of Alabama, and they're like, you can't have that. And so for the rest of my thing, what I did is I took like Velcro and I cut out, the small little American flags. I cut off an American flag and I put it on the hat, and that's what I wore for the whole rest of the whole
Perfect.
time. No one really cared.
Okay.
We were good.
Yeah, he gets touchy when I talk about that. But I remember we went over our friend's house, and none of us really watched movies at the time. But I went and rented a bunch, and I rented Monkey Shines, and I had never seen it, but just the reaction it got from a room when you guys have seen that, right?
Yep, I have.
Yeah, like there's like a trick ending, and you've watched it?
No.
All right. At one point, there's an operation happening, and it's kind of like the harmonious end, and then a monkey bursts out of their chest, kind of like all Spaceballs in the bar.
Yeah.
And just the way the room treated it, I started collecting movies like the next day. And I think one of the early ones I bought from Suncoast, God,
So you
Hell
paid
yeah.
$37.
what was that troll?
Yeah, it costs $37.
No, yeah, for sure, everything did. That's why I would buy anything that looked horror and was like used.
Mhm.
That it was literally anything.
I bought Dragon Ball Z figures from Suncoast.
Oh fuck yeah! I think I have a bunch of the McFarlane ones, but I kind
Oh
of
hell yeah!
got
I
rid
did.
of-
Suncoast felt different than like FYE and Sam Goody because of the lighting situation. It was always darker in Suncoast.
It was edgier.
It felt it was a different vibe in Suncoast opposed to
It was
the
like the Spencers of the music stores.
it really was.
Oh god, that makes it feel dirty.
Yeah.
Now, the reason
You don't go to the back of the store.
no
That was
Yeah.
cool.
dude,
weird
what,
stuff's in the
what is up with the back of that store?
I don't know, man.
Do they really need that many dildos in like a mall?
I know.
What the fuck?
It's like we're here on a church trip.
No. Now, the reason I brought up religion is because Randy's got a foot tattoo that he has never revealed to us what it says. We think it's some satanic verse or something, but we know it has to do with religion. So when he gets out in Atlanta,
It's amazing.
we're putting it on YouTube.
You got to see those feet.
That foot's gonna get seen. Don't worry.
I was Christian and straight edge for straight edge for longer than I was Christian. But when I was 18, I decided that I wanted to get this tattoo on my feet that I hate now. So probably going to get it removed one day.
There
But
you go.
that happens.
Randy, that's
Are you a David Bazan Page of the Lion fan?
A
Being a
little
strange
bit.
Christian. Okay,
I got into Bazan kind of later.
fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
The fuck
He's
are
my
you
dude.
talking about?
Just music stuff.
Yeah, just music stuff.
Indie
I
rock,
also, with the religion stuff, I understand that. I went to a Christian school for 12 years,
Nice.
K through 12, and so many friends who got tattoos of Bible verses or things, tangentially involved with religion. Some of them do regret it. Some of them still don't quite, but I completely understand that mindset as well.
I think it's kind of cool. Like, I mean, if you have like religious fervor and you're like, you're gonna die for this shit, that's a little weird to me. But just as like, I don't know, maybe like a literary artifact. Like if you pull like I think that's cool.
I dated a girl briefly one time that had a tramp stamp Bible verse.
Is this the one that is this the Alex Jones one that
No,
broke up
the
tubes? You brought up Alex
no,
Jones?
The Alex Jones one. She had.
There's two different ones.
Oh yeah.
Now hold on.
Apparently, like everyone I date has a tramp stamp.
But here's the thing. I feel like it's wrong to describe her as the Alex Jones one.
I will provide further context.
Okay.
But that particular young lady had. I feel bad for saying it. She had a tramp stamp of the Beatles.
The Abbey Road?
The Abbey Road Beatles.
Damn, that's tight.
And it looked horrible.
Dude.
Oh, it was not good. I thought I tried
To put a load on Abbey Road?
I feel bad talking about this because like we had a terrible relationship.
I don't think you heard me. That's good.
Wait,
No,
so-
that was
No,
amazing.
I'm not repeating
Oh,
that.
all right. I'll listen on the playback.
One more clarifying question: is this the Vox Lux lady?
Also, it's about Randy. we
Okay,
had a
so
lot- we had a lot of
Vox
bad ones.
Lux and Alex Jones
All right,
and
so-
an Abbey Road
so
tramp
first
stamp.
thing- all right, so we'll cover the Vox Lux things first. So, one of the first dates we went on, the first movie we went to was Vox Lux. Now, here's some background story. Number one, I had asked Randy. I was like, "Hey, I'm thinking about taking this girl out to a movie, and I know I want to see Vox Lux. Is that like that's cool, right?" And he's like, "Because Randy had seen it." He's like, "Yeah, go see Vox Lux. Yeah, that should be good." Well, the movie opens up with a school shooting, and this particular young lady was a school teacher, and she wanted to leave. And we're at the Alamo Draft House, and like
You're like, I
yeah,
have food coming.
yeah, I got food. Yeah, I got a chicken sandwich. Sit down. It's fine. These are brats anyway. No problems. So yeah, thanks Randy for that. And
Yep,
then,
no problem.
So to the Alex Jones thing.
Who was an opera singer, correct?
No, that's a different girl.
Oh, okay.
Oh, shit.
never got to her tramp
You're
stamp.
like Seinfeld when we go through it this way.
With this girl, one of the first dates we went, I think it was our second date, and we just at dinner, and I just briefly in passing mentioned how Alex Jones makes me giggle from time to time, and she threw a fit and was disgusted with me because of the whole Sandy Hook thing. Obviously, everything goes back to school with this girl.
Randy started a trigger point in all of this. Randy doomed your relationship from the start.
So I had to fight back to get her to explain this Alex Jones thing. And, in retrospect, probably should have just let that go. Because we actually broke up on Valentine's Day.
Hell yeah.
After I spent $200 on dinner. It's complicated.
Damn, after dinner.
I know. Well,
thank you for giving us this glimpse into your life. This is so nice.
Yeah, you thought you were coming on for an interview.
This is way better.
The trick is we just like to get people on here so we can talk about us.
I'm a narcissist. What do you want?
We've entered your house.
Now, Randy, do you have any questions for them? They're going to be your new parents. You have to figure out who they are.
Now you're kind of like a gremlin. We shouldn't feed you anything after midnight. You barely make it at midnight.
Yeah, I honestly can't tell you the last time I've made it to midnight.
That's fair.
A couple of weeks, maybe a couple months.
Now
I'm a sleepy boy as well.
Well, honestly though, guys, we do appreciate you staying up late on the East Coast time.
Oh yeah, no problem. It's like I usually go to bed at like 7:45, but it's cool.
Christian is the early to bed one of us. I'm definitely more of a night owl.
Nice. Are you a morning guy? You wake up early?
Yeah, I'm a morning guy. I'm usually up by like 6:30.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Me too.
See, I thought that he was my guy. Now I'm on team Colby. How late are you up, Colby?
Oh, I mean, I have to wake up early for work, but if I was let to be my natural self, I would stay up all night, and just sleep in super late. That would be my natural inclination.
Good.
I can't sleep in.
I can't either.
My body won't let me do it.
I can't not sleep in. And right now, I'm working a job where they don't give me shit for showing up late.
Okay. Well, congratulations on your anxiety-free life.
I go to bed at like 2 every night.
Yeah, because you're a child. It's time to grow up.
I know.
Put childish things behind us.
Well, I think we're doing the adult thing, and we're putting Randy in an orphanage. Thankfully, he was already picked up. Now, Clark, there are movies that I want to bring up with you where they had particular feelings about. One of them that I just heard about today was Capone. You're a fan?
I'm a big fan.
I tried.
Christian has been trying to convince me to watch Capone for since it came out, I guess.
It's an absolute mess, and I love every second of it.
Now, did you watch it alone or did you watch it with a group?
I watched it with my partner, Hannah.
Okay, I feel like I needed to have watched it with someone else because just alone, it was wild, but it was also profoundly boring at times.
See, I was on whatever trip they were dishing out. I felt the confidence and then like missing the mark constantly, and just I loved it. And like Tom Hardy, batshit, loved it.
Just going
and literal shit.
Oh yeah. Oh, dude, that was the best part of the movie.
Yeah,
that was wild. Yeah, wild. That happened.
He shits himself like 2 or 3 times.
Oh yeah, my favorite was the alligator in the goddamn ocean.
Oh yeah. Oh
my god, so good.
It's great. Highly recommend Capone.
All the different scenes you guys just said are in the same movie.
100%.
Yeah.
Whoa.
There's some good scenes, but the whole cohesive thing just didn't work for me. And plus, I think I had like done some. I knew about Josh Trank, and I just like, I don't know. I think that I just subconsciously like don't like that dude.
Fair enough.
That's fair.
I mean, I haven't read a nice thing about the man, so
I know, but that makes me kind of, I don't know. Maybe I want to hear him out.
Alexander? I don't know. His Fantastic Four movie is one of the worst movies I've ever seen. So it's hard to imagine what a Capone movie would be like.
But like we all get like Chronicle was fun. I liked Chronicle.
Agreed.
Yes.
Like
agreed.
Chronicle was like very impressive.
Genuinely a very fun movie. I was very surprised at how much I enjoyed it.
Russ, are you a fan of Chronicle? I don't remember.
Which one is that?
That was his found footage movie.
Oh, the
Dane DeHaan and
Yeah.
I wasn't into it.
Yeah.
I think it's just because I'm elitist, like found footage. I thought it was just kind of goofy.
Now, did you see it when it came out, or did you see it now?
Oh, I don't remember. I know I watched it on like physical media. I wasn't at the theater or anything.
Okay.
Yeah. Which, you know, I want to thank you guys because out of all the film podcasts we've come across or, you know, that we work with or that we just listen to, nobody ever plugs the fucking theater they go to if they even go to one. And I know you guys always talk about what is the Plaza?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like, why the fuck do I know the name of that theater in Atlanta?
Hell yeah.
You-
They're great.
That's what we want.
Yeah. And that was one of the things where I'm like, okay, these guys, they get it. Because you like, that's the theater that you watch Trash Humpers at, right?
Yeah, like 10 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah. So do you know the programmer there? Who's
No, and it's changed ownership within that time.
The guy that currently owns the Plaza also is, if I'm correct, runs the Atlanta Film Festival, which is really cool. I have a close friend that works for them as well, and so I've gotten the opportunity to see a decent amount of film festivals for the last like 5 or 6 years.
Yeah, we had her on for an interview.
Yeah,
or Colby interviewed her. Yeah,
a few months ago, and just it's a really great festival, and they do a majority of it through the Plaza Theater, which is just it's like a historic landmark in Atlanta. It's been around for years. It used to be a porn theater back in the 60s.
Oh damn.
So it's got some history to it for sure.
It's close to the Claremont Lounge. It's on the same strip.
I feel like a lot of those classic theaters like share that history.
Of being a porno theater.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. Because like the Alamo did that. Pretty sure the Roxy went through that period.
Roxy was for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, weird. I don't know. Have you all ever thought about like hosting screenings or anything at the theater?
We've totally discussed it. Right now, personally, I'm very busy. I do music stuff on the side, so I'm just really busy with that and this and my normal job. So
but that's definitely something that we've talked about doing.
We want to.
Like that's kind of an end goal for us at some point to be able to do
next
like
goal,
a live screening and then maybe do an episode after that. And then definitely the Plaza would be our number one target because that's just we just love that place so much.
And they already host stuff like that quite a bit, so they have like the capabilities to do that.
Do they also serve food there? Are they like that evolved? I kind of get that vibe from them.
They've got sometimes elevated concessions, but nothing like a meal.
Yeah, so more typical, like
more typical. Fare. But they've got like weird sodas and like some weird candies and stuff, some more eccentric stuff.
Oh, love a weird soda.
Yeah, I remember they used to have like a buffalo wing flavored soda, a bacon flavored soda for a while.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And
it was all bottled, so they got it from some provider, but I don't know.
Do they have a full bar there?
Do they have liquor?
I think
they have liquor. Yeah. I know they have beer and wine.
For sure. They also do like they have like traditional, not traditional, but they do like shows each Friday. They do Rocky Horror Picture live show. It's like their thing they've been doing for years. Obviously, they haven't really been doing it much during the pandemic, but
like when Tommy Wiseau tours the room, it goes to the Plaza, so stuff like that.
It's like they do all the weird stuff.
Yeah. Trash Humpers.
Yeah, exactly, like Trash Humpers.
Yeah, I mean, the only reason I bring that up, which I haven't with any other podcast, I think you guys got the right everything for it. You both have a lot to say about films. You I love that you're not like pandering either. Like even when I want you to, like they were pretty like mixed on The Green Knight. And over here we were like I mean, I love like fantasy films and I want more like pretension in that genre. And that's really like the culmination right there. You couldn't get any more pretentious than like The Green Knight. And I mean that in the best way.
See, I disagree. I'm coming from the angle I do not like fantasy films. Like across the board. I don't give a fuck about dragons and realms and fucking armor and chainmail. I don't give a fuck about any of that. But I thoroughly enjoyed The Green Knight, and here's why. Because he was a fucking loser. And he had every opportunity to turn it around. And then when he finally did, it was too late. And I really, really liked it. And yeah, it like that thing moved for me. Like you said, you needed to slow down. There's a lot of things going on, and it felt like the way that it was broken up was easy to sort of absorb. And I liked the different chapters. I don't know. And I do like David Lowery. And I had a blast with it.
Well, their main complaint was there's no dick.
There is cum though.
That's true.
Yeah, we get the gist.
We discussed the cum.
Yeah.
But there is no dick.
It's a point of contention for us.
I honestly feel like we were promised dick. I know we weren't, but I was like really expecting it.
Now, here's a real, because they were riffing about how the Giants, like you would expect to see a giant dick there.
Yeah.
And I tend to agree with them.
Oh yeah, like Dr. Manhattan.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now, but here's the thing. In horror, when you deal with like indie horror, you get, of course, there are weird producers out there who still think like a topless woman will get you more eyeballs. And it's like, dude, the internet's it's been around for a long time now. And you end up with these like kind of like people don't understand the slasher genre, and they end up making hyper misogynist like films. And then there's no male nudity. And it's like, I don't know. I feel like when you open like VHS 2, like when Simon Barrett came to that door and was like full frontal male nudity.
Yeah.
You instantly open the door and like now anything can happen. And I understand, like y'all joke about the dick on your show, but I feel like there is something there to be articulated.
Oh no, for sure. And that's kind of our point at the end of the day. Is because especially in the genres that we're dealing with, there's exploitation of women and nudity and sex and sexual assault and all of that constantly. So we kind of make it a point to really highlight like this movie's got dick, because it's not common. And I think, like you said, it's important. Like if you're going to do it, show dick too. Like, come on, like why just make it titillating for one side? Like that's just, I don't know, it's gross.
But it gave you the cum. that's a somewhat fair trade.
It's not a 1-to-1 though.
It is not a 1-to-1, but I will say, like, in a mainstream film, I have not seen that much cum before.
This is true.
The Green Knight had more cum than most movies.
Yeah. Those balls were full. That was a decent load, so good for him.
Now, do you think they were doing like a Freudian thing there where it's like you want to fuck your mom?
Oh,
See, I love that. The other thing is, whenever there are people who kind of like dissect one film, they always try to like, especially with horror, and I do it all the time, try to like elevate it by going, oh, this is Jungian or something.
Yeah.
I've never heard them do that. Yet,
no.
You
don't know what that means.
I love it. No,
like we definitely vaguely know and like studied that stuff in college, but that's never what interested us.
Like, it's funny that we were both film majors because
theory drove us insane.
Yeah, like a lot of the people that we were in classes with are exactly those kinds of people that you describe. Yeah. And I think part of what drew me and Christian to each other was the fact that we didn't really care about any of that stuff. We just liked movies and stories and, horror movies and being able to talk about that stuff without sounding like incredibly pretentious.
Yeah. And I had a really good professor actually for one of my theory courses who taught theory based in fact alone, meaning you can form a theory only based on like the interview footage, the press releases, like all the concrete facts surrounding the film. And then you can like concretely cite sources for intention and things like that. So like, that's where I come from. Like right now we're going through a Cronenberg series. So we're trying to lean on like that stuff, because we're starting with The Brood and like the most widely known thing about that is it's his divorce movie. So it's like you could get in there and like psychoanalyze him, but I'm just trying to like focus on the facts of it. And then what does that mean within the realm of the genre of the film he created? So.
Yeah, I've only taken film theory. I did like community college for a while, and I took like 5 film theory classes, and I know exactly what you mean. It's like these people who want to come in, and you can tell, like, the beautiful thing about film is we're all watching the same movie, except you can walk away with a completely different interpretation. And you would always get these people. I remember one time we were watching like one of the first films made in New York, and all it was filming like the cityscape. And this lady went on a tirade about how it was the most misogynist thing she's ever seen. She felt like she was being suffocated with the phallus because all the buildings look so erect. And I was just like, are you like
was this a Little Mermaid?
No, she was up in the front row. She was like livid. And I'm like, the thing is, there's no way you're really mad. Yeah. This is performance art. You're doing this for everybody else. So I totally sympathize with y'all, except I kept engaging with these people. Like I sat there, I got into an argument about a knife in the water with people. And that's why that movie's like imbued in my brain.
Sure.
Because they're all like, oh, the power dynamic of the 3-way relationship on a boat. Except, they're dumb. And everything, they're trying. I don't know. I really enjoy your show.
Thank you very much. You all have a much larger back catalog, so I've been diving in and out. But everything that I've listened to thus far, we also really enjoy yours.
You don't have to.
And you've turned us on, like I said, to like some shit that is definitely up our alley, like Amityville Poltergeist.
All right. Well, let's play a game. Let's each assign each other a film. And we'll review it in an upcoming episode.
Cool.
Now you'll have time. I'm not sure when this one's gonna go up, but
that's true.
Be like a couple weeks.
Yeah.
But I'd like to put it up right before Randy moves, because I think that would play better.
Okay. We can.
Why are we behind the curtain?
We can work
people
with that.
Listening out of here.
Yeah, because I don't think. Well, Thursday we've got to do the timed. We could do it next week.
We'll do it next week.
All right. Perfect. Yeah. Okay. So what's a good one for them?
I have no idea. Think about it.
Okay.
Because I want to bring up now.
I got one always right there.
No, got one in the chamber for y'all.
Okay. Well, shit.
It's not like an extreme movie. It's just kind of like a shitty movie I love.
Okay. What is
Same.
It?
Well, are you familiar with the Pumpkin Carver? And that's Carver with a K.
All right. Now here's the thing. Bone Daddy and Skinner.
Is that it? Spinner. We fucking love the Pumpkin Carver.
It's so good.
It's funny because as horror fans, you always have that like kind of hack go-to Halloween movie, and everyone's like,
that's
trick or treat. Honestly, they've all fallen off except for the Pumpkin Carver.
It's still so funny.
There's another one.
Oh, and Satan's Little Helper.
Satan's Little Helper rules.
Love Satan's Little Helper.
All right. Now I'm in love with them, because if that's what you were gonna pitch, dude.
Hell yeah.
I know, but can we move to Atlanta now?
I do.
I don't know if your hair's gonna take it.
Oh no.
You'll look like Troy Polamalu.
Oh, God.
It's humid as all hell.
You've got
here.
plenty of space.
All right. What were you gonna pitch to
them?
You
know what I was gonna pitch.
Yeah, now I gotta think on something.
God. Randy, what was Clark gonna pitch to them?
I have no idea.
Come on, Randy.
Think about it. I made you watch it on my 30th birthday.
That's too much.
Oh, I forget the title of the movie every time because it didn't leave an impression.
Well, what happened to the director? Do you know that?
The director of Southern Comfort's other movie.
No.
Is it? No.
Walter Hill?
It's not Walter Hill.
Weren't they related somehow, those directors?
I love Walter Hill.
All right, go ahead, Clark.
Are you guys familiar with Al Adamson?
Wait, yeah. Was there a box set of his recently?
Yes.
Okay, yes.
Okay. Carnival Magic.
Okay, I haven't seen any of his stuff, but I'm familiar.
I'm intrigued.
Okay, cool. Okay,
so here's the thing. A brief history on Al Adamson. He sort of was a schlock B horror movie guy, right? And actually, there's like 4 movies that he used the same footage. And he would put all these things together. Severin actually did a fantastic documentary on Al Adamson.
Yeah, I've watched the documentary.
The documentary is great.
Yeah.
The documentary is great. I love the documentary. And they did a box set, and man, that thing went really quick. And the resale value is sky high.
And it was good price when it was released too.
I know, because it was like $175. Now you can't get it under like $350.
Yep.
And I think about getting it often. I do.
Now, I don't know if that would really fit into the like vibe of their show.
Here's why. Let me provide the backstory.
To be fair, though, we did do a Borat episode, so
covered Passion of the Christ.
We're broad.
Passion.
This fits
is a fucking horror movie
between Borat and the Passion of the Christ.
No,
this is right
it was a
down-
Borat Bruno double feature.
Now
they got dick.
A lot of dick.
Well, also, I remember hearing Sacha Baron Cohen talk about how on Borat, or was it who did the Hasidic Jew bit? Was that Bruno or
that was Bruno?
Okay, him talking about like being near death. Like I could see that fitting into your show.
Yeah.
I think it was on Howard Stern. He talked about how Hasidic Jews chased him into a mall.
Yeah.
And he hid in a bathroom, and he thought, if they find me, I'm dead.
No, he was fucking around and finding out.
So Al Adamson, B horror movie director, and he decided in 1980 to make a children's film, and that children's film is Carnival Magic. Now, I have been known to oversell things and also say Russell thinks I'm ruining the movie. I think these are pitches to the movie. In the film, there is a talking simian. That talking simian sexually assaults a woman. He steals a car. He tries to commit suicide.
Children's film?
Yes, children's. This is a children's film. There's also alcoholism portrayed, spousal abuse, ton of cleavage. Children's film. It's
that was his thing.
I love Carnival Magic, and also Al Adamson was actually murdered in 1994 by his live-in handyman and buried under his jacuzzi in Indio, California.
It fits in.
Holy shit.
Thank you so much.
I didn't know any of that.
We will track this down.
Yeah, this is going to be good.
No, it's a good crowd movie.
Hell yeah. Cool. Where there's a movie that we're going to be watching at some point with some friends, maybe for the podcast, maybe not, but Let My Puppets Come.
Oh,
if you're familiar.
No, I've never heard that.
No?
It's by the guy who did Deep Throat. It's all puppet porno.
Oh, dude, I'm in.
And I think it's a Severin release. It's Severin or Vinegar Syndrome. It's Vinegar Syndrome, actually. Yeah.
Oh, great.
Dude, we got a puppet. We should watch it with him.
We do have a puppet.
I know.
That might get weird.
Yeah.
All right. So are you saying we should watch that one?
Well, I can't recommend it. I haven't seen it, but it wasn't on your radar.
We will be watching it, though, next week.
We are watching it next week.
We have a night set.
All right, then they weren't shit.
All right. Hey, have you seen A Record of Sweet Murder?
No, but it's on my Tubi list because it's on Tubi.
Oh shit, that's on Tubi.
Yeah.
Damn. You know what? The commercials might fuck that one.
Really?
So
Good to know.
Unearthed has a Blu-ray. Yeah, because part of like 90% of A Record of Sweet Murder is one shot.
Oh.
Yeah, so that might like
cool.
The commercials might be a little obstacle there.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll check out a cleaner version than Tubi ab-filled.
All right, Randy, what do you think? Is this going to work out?
We're going to watch the puppet porno. Let's do it before I leave.
do own a copy.
This would be great. For 4th of July, we one of the films we watched was Team America. So I think that we'll keep it going, because I hadn't seen Team America in probably 10 years when we watched it.
No.
And man, it was
How's it hold up?
It's great.
Good.
There's some puppet porn in there.
Oh yeah.
The unrated, yeah, for sure.
Only a woman.
No, you know what? I do have a critique of your show, and I'm gonna give it to you.
Here we go.
It's gonna be very blunt and hurtful. I wish you guys wouldn't apologize so much. Like, clearly you two are fucking sweethearts, and whenever you like when you're going through visitor queue, you're like, I mean, this is disgusting and we hate it, and like I'm like, I know what you're doing. It is weird. Now, I think I figured it out. The fucking film community is so like, everybody's like the PC police here.
Yeah.
And it kind of ruins the podcast atmosphere because everybody kind of falls in line because you have to like certain films and you have to hate certain ones too.
Mhm.
And I can almost feel you guys like just being careful there. But
It's
that's
true.
why
I've actually been critiqued with that exact thing by a friend of mine who was just like, man, you cleaned up that conversation from when we had that conversation.
Yeah, and I only bring it up because you're on a platform where you really get to like talk your ideas out. And if we're gonna live with you for an hour, I mean, we get to know who you are. So if you're like, dude, I loved it in Visitor Q when he was filming this dude, rape a corpse until it pooped itself, I'm not gonna judge you.
I think what's really interesting about that is like we were so nervous early on,
especially that being our first episode.
That was our first episode, and I don't think we really knew what we were doing,
and now tit milk is a recurring theme.
Now we talk about cum and dicks and tit milk, and so I think we've progressed a lot more. And there's a lot less apologizing now.
We just added a disclaimer saying now for our own peace of mind, being like, hey, we're going to say some stuff. And now we feel a little more comfortable.
Yeah, it makes us feel a little bit better.
Boys, open that bottle and let it breathe.
Yeah.
No, it's funny. Hearing them talk about like, oh, it was the first episode, we were nervous. You can't fucking tell. Their first episode, they sound better than we did after like 200. And I was sitting there angry. I'm like, God damn it.
I always sounded good.
We had practiced. We had done a few test episodes prior.
We had done a couple dry runs that were very dry.
Very dry.
Yeah, I don't know. Y'all had like flow and chemistry, and I agree. I think I was a big obstacle for like 100 episodes at least.
Well, we've both changed a lot. I mean, dude, I think this week marks our 5th year. So,
oh God,
we've been doing it every week for 5 fucking years.
I know.
And we also dropped some dead weight on the show. So, what are you going to do?
Yeah, we had an engineer quit on us while we were recording.
Okay,
with the guest.
Wrong. I fired him. You made me fire.
He did.
That is important.
He stormed out of the room.
He did storm out of the room.
Wait,
and then I told his little ass, I said, look, you got to finish this show. I don't give a fuck what you do, but you're here today. You're finishing this episode because I don't know how to press these buttons.
Yeah, he didn't very well either.
Yeah.
And to anybody listening right now, somebody had reached out and they asked how to find that episode because it's number 11 and we talk a lot about it.
Yeah.
You can only find it on Podbean. Don't ask me why. I don't know, but you got to go on there.
And the quality's terrible.
The quality's fucking terrible. I'd rather nobody listen to anything.
Well, because you shouldn't hire a 4'11" drugged out Filipino as your engineer. He's a burnt out party boy
who now, since moving on from our show, his new pastime is golf.
He loves golf.
Oh.
I don't know how you pivot from only talking about Electric Daisy going into golf.
Yeah, but I don't know. You guys come across. Honestly, I hate y'all. You seem to know what you're doing already. You've got the show theme down. There's chemistry.
Nilo, I love you.
Appreciate it.
No,
really appreciate it.
You guys are great. And honestly, I've cut. Oh man, I was listening to too much political radio.
Same.
I've completely cut it out. I'll tell you right now. I took advice from another podcast, and they're just like, fucking get rid of it. Like if something is so big, you'll hear about it, and then you can talk to your friends about it and move on with your life. Like, don't lock your brain up here.
Yep.
And I did it, but then I found that I'm like, what the fuck am I going to listen to? So yeah, I've been going back through your catalog, man.
Honestly, your show was doing that for me as well. And especially the longer episodes y'all's got, I prefer long form because I can just have it on all day.
Wait, you broke up right there. Can you repeat that again?
Nope.
Do you?
I know I don't speak for many, but I like long ass episodes of podcasts.
Yeah, we had to get out of our Rogan linked episodes.
I mean, that's fair. I understand. We haven't done many long ones. I think we've only had one really long one, and it was an interview one. But
we try to keep it moving.
Yeah.
And some movies, like the Blackout experiments, lend to shorter episodes where we're just dogging on it and we're like, this movie fucking sucks.
Yeah.
And
we're gonna
talk about.
We're gonna wrap up when we're done saying what we want to say, not just to try to hit a length.
It's true. Yeah. You vary from like a half hour to like hour 10.
Yep.
And it's funny because I've actually found myself listening to your show, wishing you would have just like stretched it out. But then I'm like, well, they were done. I don't know.
I've been trying to tell you that for
not true.
5 years.
Yeah, but
See, that's the argument for shorter. But I think if that particular episode lends itself, it could be 5 hours.
Yeah, but you've heard the longer ones. We don't talk about shit for like an hour.
Yeah, but again, that's also really nice sometimes because I use podcasts in a lot of ways, especially the long form ones, as a kind of like meditative in and out of the conversation throughout the day. It's nice.
Yep. Sure. But there's no reason to talk about an M. Night Shyamalan faux documentary for 45 minutes.
Y'all talking about Old made me really want to fucking see Old, by the way.
Have you still not seen it?
I still haven't seen it. And like, I want to go to the theater to see it now.
That's
a mess.
There's a critique for you.
And I really like it.
I would love if y'all went to the theater more.
We're starting to.
Yeah,
we are.
It's becoming a thing now that we are trying to break up our, Tubi movies with, movies that we are more interested in.
So we just did The Green Knight. We just recorded an episode for Don't Breathe 2.
Oh.
And we want to do The Night House, which is coming out soon.
Yeah.
We've got some theater dates coming up. So
The Night House is the one where it's like the girl's like, oh, where'd my husband go every night when he took the boat out? And then
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. And she goes out and sees like another house that looks just like hers. Sick.
Yeah. It's like a alternate reality thing.
It sounds like that shit Kevin Bacon movie we watched. With him and Amanda Seyfried made the worst couple in the history of Western civilization.
What?
Weird pairing.
Did y'all watch that?
Oksana, what was the name of that piece of garbage movie?
Kevin Bacon and Amanda Seyfried. He's like 90 compared to her.
Should have left.
You should have left.
He's trash.
I'm not even familiar. Damn.
There's a great moment in that movie. Like, I'm sure you guys do this too. When you watch a lot of genre films, like it could be a Western. The minute any Western does something different, like a little nuance thing, and you're like, oh, nobody did that before. It can like kind of create a bookmark in your brain.
Oh, of course.
That movie, I think Kevin Bacon at one point had like a map, right, of his house, and somebody had left through like a wall. And then he stepped outside and he looked and he's like, there's no room there. And then it was like, oh, there's like something. And I'm like, how is that directly not happened in a movie? Or a better one, there's a film, Bullets of Justice, which I think you guys would like. And that one's got Danny Trejo playing like a bit role that's great. Like normally Danny Trejo,
he's pretty funny.
Robert Englund, Kane Hodder, all these people.
Tony Todd
are all the marks of like.
I've seen the poster for this.
Okay, yeah. Any of those actors in a movie are usually a warning. Like, hey, this is like low-level studio. Nobody really cares about it. Danny Trejo's good in it.
Hell yeah.
But in that film, it opens up with the pig man who's kind of held at gunpoint. And they're like, is this the guy we want? And there's two people like holding him hostage. And one of them's like, are you kidding me? And they hold a wanted poster directly behind his head. And it's like the same image. And I'm like, have they ever done that in a Western? I think we asked him. He said no. But dude, that kind of shit sticks with me. And I don't know why that fucking we should have left. I'm never going to be able to forget about that movie now.
It's terrible.
It did its job.
Hold on. What? Let me turn on your mic. What?
Also, Bullets of Justice has a bunch of dicks in it.
Oh, they do have a lot of dicks. Oh,
well,
nice.
Thank you.
Serbian dicks.
Yeah, Serbian dick.
My favorite.
Is that a sequel to a Serbian film?
Did we tell them that we went to the?
No, we went to a thing in LA where they showed the Serbian film in 2K unrated.
Oh, shit.
So when Byro acquired the film after like 10 years, I think the rights went up, and then Ernest grabbed it.
Mm-hmm.
And then he invited us to go down to LA, and so we just fucking went and saw a screening of the 10th year anniversary of a Serbian film, and it was a whole re-release.
Wow.
The director was there, the lead actress. Also, who else was fucking
Oh, Joe Lynch.
Joe Lynch was there.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah,
They had all the prop dicks.
yeah, and Clark took the best photo of his life.
I looked very photogenic
I know.
next to that prop penis. It was a good picture.
Yeah, why the hell were we talking about that?
I don't know because we talked about it earlier, but I don't know.
Serbian dick.
Yeah, I like a Serbian film.
Yeah.
I need to rewatch it. It
I mean,
was
that's
early in my extreme stuff, like my real extreme stuff. So I need to rewatch it. I only saw it once years back.
Yeah,
I have a feeling I'd appreciate it a lot more today.
That was a college movie for both of us.
Yeah.
Where
Yeah.
it's just like that's when you're Googling like most disturbing movies, and that's always at number one. And my first experience with it was with a girl in the lobby of a
Irreversible
dorm.
fucked me up more than that.
Not a great experience.
What happened? Are you still with the girl or?
No. We did date for a little bit after that, though. Again, I think there is a weird bond that forms. when
College
you do
was a
something like that.
fucking weird time.
And then, yeah, we didn't date much longer after that, though.
So I have a dude out here. Yeah, I haven't seen him in a while, but he would always come up to me and hand me like a VHS film and be like, "Oh, you can have this one. I found a better copy." And it would always be something I'd never heard of, but it was always like Cat 3. And it was always like, and he's kind of the one that turned me on to like a lot of the darker stuff we've seen.
Mhm.
And when he was dating like pretty heavily for a while via the internet, and whenever girls would come over, he told me about how he would have to hide part of his collection because he was a fan of, the vomit, vomit slaughtered. What the hell is it called?
Slaughtered vomit dolls. Slaughtered vomit dolls. I don't remember.
And
Yes, you
won't-
do. Shut up.
Regurgitated Sacrifice is the second one.
Sure, there you go.
Which is the one y'all should watch to watch
Yeah.
the Saska twins beat up that girl with the phone.
I mean, on that one, actually, yeah.
All right. Well, I don't know. I feel like we're keeping you guys late.
Yeah, we are.
What-
I'm anxious for them.
Now, again,
Same.
I love your podcast. Thank you, Randy. Congratulations on finding them. Of course, you guys now own Randy. The part of the contract that I was trying to overlook, but I feel like I need to bring up, you cannot let him engineer your show because then he will abandon us, and we will. I think it will just end if Randy abandons us.
We still need Randy.
Yeah.
Hey, you know I
That's
have
fair.
nothing going on. I could do two.
No.
Oh shit, he's
No.
offering.
He did that before. He engineered somebody else's show,
Yeah,
and he was
I
doing a better
edited
job.
one other person's show once.
Yeah, you traitor.
and then she bailed, right?
Yeah. Then I think the show didn't happen ever again since that.
It had nothing to do. It was just not consequential damage there.
I think it was.
I was trying to give him the
I
best.
don't know. I think it sounded pretty good.
Yeah. Anyway, I don't know. Cellar Dwellers Podcast. Everybody should go listen to them. They're, from the like weird little network we have. I would say if Scary Thoughts is too pretentious for you, they're your people.
Hell yeah.
Is that fair, Randy?
Absolutely. Yeah. Good description.
Also, you guys should check out Scary Thoughts.
Yeah, totally.
It's another two dudes, and they do one film every time. They're vastly more intelligent than I am, and it makes me feel like a terrible person every time I listen to it. But in a
We need to
jealousy
work on
kind of way.
your personal prowess. Your
I've been-
insecurity.
I've been
insecurity.
trying.
Your insecurity saddens me.
Well, I have empty nest
Just fake
syndrome.
it till you make it, like me, baby.
Now that Randy's gone, I feel empty.
Yeah, Randy, fuck you.
I'll still see you guys like once a week over Zencaster. It'll be fine.
All right, that's fair.
That's honestly like too much.
I see you guys more than I see my friends that I've known for my entire life. So
Because we're better. What the fuck?
No, but again, you guys, you have to do Randy good. He's a fan of coffee. He used to be a barista.
There's
He,
plenty of great spots.
Lots of good locations.
He's a daytime theater goer.
also
We
the
love
barista
that.
thing is false, but yes, coffee and daytime movies. Anything post 7 p.m. movie wise, I'm gonna fall asleep.
Fair, totally.
We'll go to some afternoon flicks. for
I love
sure.
some afternoon movies.
He loves walks. You need to walk him. You do need
You'll
to
be
walk.
near the belt line. It's perfect.
Oh, true. We've got a path for him to walk.
Now, briefly, now I, me growing up in Mississippi, I've been to Atlanta many times, and Now, I want to know, how has the Marta improved at all?
No.
Or is it
No.
still sketchy?
If anything, it's gotten worse.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's only gotten worse. And
Yeah.
that's speaking as somebody who, when I was in college, took it every single day.
Yeah, I relied on it. I didn't have a car.
I
But
can't-
it's terrible.
Okay, I can't confirm this because I don't think technically it was a rape, but if there was a pre-rape, I saw that happen on Mart.
I can't. I as somebody who loves Atlanta, I can't say I'm surprised.
Marta's,
It's a
yeah.
little rough sometimes.
I've seen some men masturbating on Marta before, but I've not seen anyone be assaulted.
Yeah, Christian's seen dick on Marta for sure.
I've seen dick on Marta.
Dude.
I've seen vagina on Bart.
Oh.
I saw vagina in Little 5 Points.
There you go.
Oh, I didn't.
A homeless woman flashed me. It made me really uncomfortable. Like really uncomfortable.
Dude, I'm kind of bummed that I wasn't there with you.
Yeah, this was a while back. Yeah.
By my work, I have like 3 regular public masturbators.
Oh, really?
Yeah, all the time.
Do you encourage them?
I've never seen them. I work in a warehouse right now with 2 other girls. They run into them all the time. I think it might be a kind of like.
I mean,
Seems, yeah.
Run into them,
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyway, I love you guys, and of course, just in case you were worried about it, you don't have to hang out with Randy. We don't like him that much, and we don't.
You are more than welcome.
Yeah,
Randy.
we can't wait to take Randy under our wing in Atlanta. And
We
show
will
him all the
pull him
fun
from
stuff.
your show. Everything's that you've built will collapse because we have Randy now.
Yes, it's all crumbling down soon. That's your fair warning.
just take care of our little baby boy. That's all we ask.
We'll do our best.
Guys, this was a blast, man. Let's do it again sometime. This was
Absolutely.
a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Of course, on that note, did we find what our homework is for the
Carnival Magic,
I
isn't
think
it?
we should go Carnival Magic, unless you
Let's
thought
do
of
it.
something better.
Nah.
Anything else?
No, Carnival Magic's cool.
Carnival Magic's a good one. Yeah, I can't think.
I don't know.
of-
I feel like we should touch base with them more often.
Yeah,
and then
definitely.
just do this like regularly.
All right, but what
Truly.
about you
We'll
guys?
pop in. We'll just try to watch it prior and we can just discuss that and we'll see what's going on.
Totally. And I think we're so excited just to be able to talk to you guys and be able to have this conversation, because that's the fun part about what we've been doing is we get to build our network of weirdos, and so yes, we're totally down to do this regularly and exchange movie ideas, because anything that we can just expand our own messed up list is going to be helpful.
Let's do it. You guys are fucking rad. Russ,
Thanks, y'all.
Close it out.
Yeah, everybody follow the Cellar Dwellers, and they're doing the Cronenberg thing next, and I'm looking forward to it. So
Hell yeah.
yeah.
Brandon or David?
A mix.
Little bit of both, maybe.
Damn, that was, I
Nice.
didn't even think about Brandon.
And you
Yep.
love
We're gonna Possessor will end up being discussed
Yes.
specifically.